2 days after Dyno Day. We are kind of fixing things.
What is this? Is this like...
It's the hose.
Washer,
Washer
machine hose.
Actually, believe it or not. So yeah, we got the eBay, the Amazon special oil catch can from Evil Energy. Yeah, $30 is $30. What can I say? And we're gonna be doing the fuel pump relay mod, so I'm gonna show you guys how to do that on today's episode and how we mount up the catch can. Aside from that, that's really all we're doing. There is an issue with this car, and it has nothing to do with the tune. Gabe, I'm gonna tell people what happened to the car.
So, my guess is transmission being old and, pushing fucking 330 through it. What happened is...
Pushing 330 for it for a day, yeah.
Or 380 through it initially and then dialing it back down to 330. But usually, what happened with that was I started noticing some noise and it felt like the input shaft was walking back and forth pretty much on D-cell. And I had a feeling it was the input shaft bearing that sits in the actual bell housing transmission case, whatever you want to call it. And so I hit up our good friend Seamus, good buddy,
our
Mr.
guy,
Tuna Man,
our guy, the man. Shout out to TCS.
We're just plugging the fucking.
Yeah, we're
TCS.
plugging them. Yo,
shameless.
Yeah,
plug.
guys, I don't work for TCS.
Yeah.
I don't. Maybe one day I will, but I don't work for TCS.
I would love to work for
yeah,
TCS,
we would love to, but I need that to be clear. I don't work for TCS.
We just really like his work.
Yeah, we work him, and he deserves customers.
Yeah,
he deserves
honestly.
to be in business.
He did a really good job, and we're just putting that out there pretty much. But so I hit him up, and he said pretty much it sounds like an input shaft bearing, and so what I'm gonna do first is I want to pull the drain plug on the trans. Not today, but eventually I'm going to pull the drain plug of the trans. I'm going to see, because it's a magnetic plug, I'm just going to see how much metal powder is in there. And if it's a lot, then I got to pull that trans. And I'm going to either debate on doing a full rebuild, because once that input shaft bearing goes, it starts having play on the shaft and thus starts putting stress on other components throughout the whole, transmission train. And, so yeah, and then I'll pull the trans and I'll be debating on whether I do a full rebuild or if I just do just that input shaft bearing. So we'll see.
We shall see, but for the time being, we could do other reliability mods just to make this thing, just so you can drive with a peace of mind. Wonderful.
Dude, it comes with a nice little dipstick.
Yeah, it does. Honestly, for $30, it's a pretty good catch can.
Looks like a catheter.
Chill.
Alright, hold on. Look.
I'm not. There's no excuse for this.
Dude, it works.
There's no excuse for this.
It works. It's not going anywhere. See? No, don't touch it. Don't it's not going anywhere, dude. It's fine. You just gotta worry about up and down movement. And yeah, it's fine, dude. Bro, where am I gonna mount it?
Fuck! Put my hand on the radiator.
Yeah, you see, that's what you get.
Misconceptions.
Alright, so what are we doing here, Mr.
It's the other way.
Oh, my bad. Shit. What are we doing here, Mr. Peterman?
Alright, so this is the fuel pump relay mod.
Yeah.
There's different ways you can do it. This is the easiest way. You can completely eliminate the fuel pump up there, but for this one, just for the sake of ease and simplicity, I'll kind of explain it. So on the relay, you're gonna have 4 pins. You're gonna have 87, which is output, 86, which is 12 volts, that switches it on, 85, which is ground, and then 30, which is directly to the battery. So we'll put an inline fuse, a 20 to 25 amp fuse, which is plentiful for the DW340 pump. So
we don't just hardwire shit over here.
Yeah, so I don't like cutting up the body harness at all, but you're gonna only have to pretty much cut one wire for this entire mod. So there's a black on white wire over here, and what we'll just do is we'll literally cut it like that, cut it like so, and this side will connect to pin 86 on the relay, and then this side will connect to pin 87, and then we'll take care of the power and then the ground on the relay. Yeah. And that's literally it. This will just pretty much, you have a much stronger relay, and we're just using pretty much the OEM relay as like a signal to power this. I know that the other way you would do it is just completely eliminating the OEM relay and just using the trigger wire from there and running it all the way through. But running a bunch of wires is just annoying.
Or just have it set up on a switch.
But I hate that.
Race car shit.
But honestly, if your OEM relay ever goes bad, you can easily modify this to do so. So this is the way we're going to be doing it. I'm just going to splice the connectors and whatnot and show you how it all works once we're done. Pretty easy. One thing that's recommended, this is like plentiful, this gauge wire for this fuel pump. But like,
what is that? Does that 10? No, it's not 10.
This
gauge.
isn't 10 gauge. This is more like 16 or 18.
Yeah.
And it will work. But if you're running like a crazy pump, like a 400 LPH or something crazy, where you might have to just run 10 gauge wire, you're gonna have to depin these, and I'll send a link to where you can buy these pins. So you could run all new pins for your fuel pump. Particularly, you want to run like 10 gauge for your 30. For your pin 30, which is the power to your relay, and then you want to run 10 gauge for your 87, which is your output wire. So that's that. I highly recommend doing that, or at least running just complete on this end. You just want to run 10 gauge all throughout. That way you don't burn out anything, and just be careful with the connectors you're using. But in this case, it won't matter for pin 86. It could literally be freaking 40 gauge wire and it will trigger itself to turn on. So yeah, I'm just gonna do that, and yeah, hopefully we don't break anything.
Yeah.
All right, this is pretty much everything.
Update the car caught fire.
Yeah, update car caught fire. So this connects to pin 86 on the relay, and then this connects to pin 87 on the relay, or no, yeah, on the relay. So that's the other side of it on the fuel pump connector. And then we made a ground wire for the relay right here.
Just gonna shove on top of the sending unit cover.
And then we made this single pin quick disconnect ghetto shit. This is terrible.
It's whatever, nobody's
I didn't do this.
Yeah.
Yeah, someone else did it.
White Peter did.
Yeah, White Peter did it. So yeah, I'm gonna just tape it up so nobody sees this shit, and then we should be good to go. Alright, we found a mounting spot for the relay.
Totally gonna take off and zip tie.
Shut up. And then we found this ground that hopefully might work.
Anything's a ground if you believe.
We'll see. So all we have to do is just hook it up to the battery. And Gabe's solution is
right on my right on the power feed to the amp, which I mean, it's a fused unit from the battery, and
yeah, but we have to put a fuse on a fuse. How does that make you feel?
Fused,
bro. I'm pretty fused right now. I don't know about you. Alrighty. You know, we ran house wire through here because Gabe lives in this bad Larry. You know, gotta put it in that 30 amp Johnny. So, inline fuse here. This is technically our battery.
Please don't roast me.
It's okay, it works. There you go. Our 30 amp fuse is in there. Cap that off. Hmm?
Turn the key on, see if the thing cycles.
Alright. Yep. We're the Mazdaddy keys. That fuel pump is loud.
Probably shouldn't have put the head pins on because we might have to recalibrate pressure.
Yeah, the fuel pressure is a little bit higher than usual. Well, the mod worked, but the car is running a little rich. So we're gonna dial down fuel pressure since it's like literally at like 40 something. So yeah, we know that the fuel pump mod is putting in the work.